RevAna and other leaders from Unity Community of Light, a bilingual Unity ministry, welcome you to our Wednesday night Vespers meditation, a guided meditation including silence, music, affirmations, all to support your inner peace for better sleep and a fulfilling life. Connect effortlessly to Spirit and make your nightly routine more enriching. Let go and embrace divine guidance in your nighttime experience and life. Inhale and exhale. Relax, listen, open your heart. All is well. Good evening, and please be welcome to our Vespers meditation. And now it's been some dialogue. How are you? I'm RevAna, and this is Rev Michael, and we love doing this prayer and dialogue time. Vespers together, and I hope you are too. And I was sharing with Rev Michael before we came to the camera that this week I received from one of my congregants in Puerto Rico. I had done his celebration of life, and his wife sent me this booklet of Unity from 1957. And I put it in my purse, and yesterday I'm in Best Buy with my daughters trying to figure out something about the cell phones, and I had so much time that I started browsing it. And I found on page 22 something really amazing that I would like to read to you and all of you, because I think has a lot of wisdom. As you know, I see myself as a teacher of abundance, and it all comes from that source, spiritual source. Okay, so are you ready?
One presence, one power.
Yes.
Okay, and you're kind of cut off.
Yeah. Okay. So God invites us, commands us to test his law of plenty. Bring ye the whole tithe into the storehouse, and prove me now, if I will not open you the windows of heaven and pour you out of a blessing, and there shall not be room enough to receive it. First, we give our seeming inadequate bit to God in simple obedience to his command. He in turn promises blessings that are greater than what we can contain. This is evidence of his plenitude. Many who do not avail themselves of the blessing of tithing are saying, in effect, that they cannot do without the small portions that they owe to God. By doing this, they deny themselves the abundance that God has promised. Again and again, the Bible makes it clear that not only is receiving contingent on giving, but giving must actually precede receiving. Thus, we must place first things first. Failure to receive is never the result of God's insufficiency, but of our neglect to comply with the conditions of his promise. I like that, because in Unity we say there's never scarcity of substance, it's scarcity of consciousness. And the last line, thus, as we believe in our hearts that we share God's abundance, God bestows on us larger blessings. How do you like that?
I didn't care for anything that was said. I don't agree with a thing it said. Sorry. I don't.
Well, you better an argument, because that is true.
Well, it's a.
Okay, but
that's
go.
truth.
Yeah.
So first of all, it puts God as a person.
Yeah.
Who rewards you if you behave yourself.
This is Old Testament.
Yeah, but God's not a little man or woman sitting in a chair that's going to reward you for good behavior. That's not how it works. Second of all, it's transactional in nature. So it's this idea that I have to give God something in order to get something from God. And to me, that is placing God in the lowest rung of the echelons of spirituality. God is a vengeful person that if I don't give, I don't get. There's nothing about that was said. That's stuck in the Old Testament, and Jesus came in the New Testament to completely refute that. That's what I think. Sorry about that.
You see, There's no filters here.
Yeah.
Okay. But let me just, okay. I feel that this is going back to the stages we have talked about before, that in our spiritual evolution, we have a transactional relationship with God. And let me explain why.
I do not.
Maybe not you, but I think many of us, as we have faced life challenges and the challenges, let's say, at the material level, we feel that everything has to be handled at that level. And as we start connecting with divine laws and spiritual laws, we realize that the nature of our abundance comes from the spiritual realm. And that initially, when we are in that maybe stage of victimhood where we feel separate, we see an external God, we need to know that that in the way that we open up to this source, that we're going to get back. Yes, that's transactional, but to me, it's the first stage, or just, in our initial stages, until we realize that it's all there, and that as we open and accept and act from there, it's like it's an expression, a natural expression of our divinity and our divine nature. So I'm with you there.
But that's not what he was saying.
Right.
What he was saying, that is, you don't do this, you get punished.
No, not punished.
The last thing said, you won't get it.
But you won't get it because you're,
couldn't disagree with that person more. And yes, I do think there's stages to an awakening. The bottom stage that you're just bottom, the lower rung of that description is this idea of victimhood. This is the Abraham Isaac story. Mm-hmm. Well, Jesus came to fulfill the law, didn't he? Yes. That's done. We don't have to worry about that stuff anymore. Now it's all right there. We just have to open up inwardly and accept it. And it's our not accepting it that causes the blockage, not the not giving it.
Right, but
it's backwards from what it really is.
Okay.
We open up, we turn inward and accept everything. We don't reach out to take anything. We don't have to say, "Here, God, I've been behaving. Here is your sacrifice to you and the reason I'm doing that is to get this." The moment we do that, we place God other than what we are, as this entity that is sitting somewhere judging us. It's a mistake.
I'm with you there, but let me tell you.
We need to move Unity people out of that kind of thinking.
Okay, I'm with you there, but I have a question for you.
Okay.
Okay, so it's all, what you're saying is accepted because it already is, and it's not a transactional thing. But if I'm accepting it truly, and then my actions are actions of scarcity, I'm not willing to express my giving nature, then it's a contradiction in consciousness, because on one thing I'm saying, oh, it's all there, and if it really is, then I can give freely, and I'm in this flow. And in that sense, I'm with you there. But it has to be belief and mind and action in integrity.
In alignment.
In alignment.
So if it's all consciousness, and that's what we are as well, what prevents us from experiencing the allness of it?
Us?
Our small little vision of things.
Right.
So all we have to do is open up and see it. It's all there waiting for us.
Right. And then act from there, Mike. Because, it's like, if we're really being open.
The problem with that thinking is, you're saying in order to get that, there's still that underlying thinking, in order to get, I have to behave in alignment with it. And that's where I'm telling you, we know many, many people with lots and lots of money, millions and billions of dollars, who still come from a scarcity consciousness.
Because I'm not talking money only, Mike.
Right, but they have prosperity.
Oh yeah.
What real poverty is a lack of consciousness, not a lack of behavior.
Yeah, but
you're saying if you have that consciousness, your behavior will then reflect that.
Yeah, because
I have no problem with that. But I have a problem with saying that if your consciousness is there, you must. That's the part that I'm not in agreement with.
And not necessarily must, but you're like in this.
We're having a good time, by the way. In case you're wondering.
Oh yeah.
This is fun for us. Yeah.
No, what I'm saying, I'm just going to speak for myself, Mike.
That's fair.
I am I think the deeper I go on my path, the more I'm checking myself whether I'm in agreement and in harmony with truth and what I preach. If am I walking the talk, right? And if I really believe,
because you're saying that way, there's not a disconnect,
right?
So your expression in the world is in harmony, in alignment with your consciousness.
Exactly.
Otherwise, there is a disconnect, and the results are not forthcoming in abundance. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
And I don't have a problem with that. I have a problem with if you don't, you won't get thinking.
Okay, fine. But where
it's judgmental.
Yeah, right. But let me tell you what I was getting myself to. If I, I have come to understand that if I am really fearless and if I'm really in contact with, my source, and I'm in that unison relationship, and there's no fear, my expression in giving, it's free, because it's like, oh my God, I'm in this flow of total abundance. So I'm a continuation of that. The times where I see myself controlling and not wanting to maybe do so, I check myself and I go, oh, there's fear. I'm not,
So you're blocking it.
I'm blocking it, and I'm giving something else the power. You see? So because if I really, the times that I have really given freely, is that I know I'm fear free, and I'm just, I'm an extension of that, and that's where I really believe that is true. That I'm saying what you're saying, yeah, it's there, it's who we are, it's how this works. And then when I'm in full connection, it comes to me and I give it. I'm an extension of that giving nature of the divine. You're a conduit
through which it flows.
Exactly.
I have no problem with that, what you said at all.
So then
but that's different than this guy who said there's a transactional relationship, and if you don't, you're punished. That's where I got I got
because I think what you're reacting,
that there's a person out there who's punishing you if you don't behave.
That I'm with you there.
Throw that thinking out.
Right. But are we in the safe space right now? Can we make peace?
We can.
Okay.
I win.
Okay, so who wants to start the meditation right now?
I'll start.
Yeah, please.
You want me to start?
Yeah, because I need you to calm me down, because I'm like,
oh,
no, just kidding. Okay, let's do this.
So we come together to meditate. Sitting upright, we close our eyes, looking through that space between the eyebrows, raising our gaze, letting the tension wash away from us, pulling all our awareness up into the higher brain centers, forehead. We take a breath in, and we let it go. Turning inward, we know that we are one with the Source, that there is no separation, and that at the core we are pure existence being. In Jesus' words, I and the Father are one, but He is greater than I am. We know we are waves in the ocean of consciousness, and all that is inherent to the ocean is inherent to us. We know that when we are in alignment with the Source provides without conditions. We know that we don't have to give to get, because it's all one thing, one presence, one power. And when we turn inward and connect with that Source, all things are provided to us, for us, through us.
And let us all picture right now and experience the flow. Virgil Filmer used to say, God is really, and I know that might sound transactional and personal, but we acknowledge whichever space we might be at, knowing that beyond our consciousness level, there's a truth that is holding all of this universe together, and that the foundation of everything is just a oneness, one source, one mind, one heart, one presence. And we are that. And that source that we are is a beautiful expression of love, of generosity, of light. And the constant invitation is to be aware of it, live by it, and act by it. The more we learn, the more we experience, we realize that it's not about a transaction. It's about an expression. We express our nature. And as we do, we have access to all of our true needs being met. Just connect with this sense of freedom while acknowledging the sacredness of every stage and every path, but always aspiring for the highest and only truth. Just experience yourself as this giving, generous force of this universe, being blessed and being a blessing. And for this opportunity of exploring, inquiring, learning, expanding, we say thank you, God. And so it is. Amen. We need